Welcome to another Bethel University Writing Center video. We're Becca, Kelsey, and Libby, and today we will be talking to you about constructing a well-organized academic paragraph. Organization in academic writing is essential because it provides a skeleton or essential framework of the piece for readers to understand what the goal of the text is. If a writer is struggling to organize their own thoughts in academic writing, chances are the reader is also struggling to understand the piece of writing. So when our writing is organized, it becomes more effective for those who are reading it. It can often be easy to organize the introduction to a piece of academic writing because there is a general format that can be followed. Attention getter, introduction to topic, thesis statement, and transition statement. Beyond that is where writers often get lost, but this is where organization is most needed in a piece of writing in order for the writing to be effective in what the author aims to accomplish.
You may have heard about the hamburger model or something similar for writing a paragraph. Your topic sentence is the top half of the bun, then you add all your ingredients and content in the middle, and add the concluding sentence as the bottom part of the bun. In reality, though, this kind of simple formula can be misleading. Good writing is subtle, and experienced writers often don't create hamburger paragraphs. Sometimes they don't even use a very clear topic sentence. So what do they do? To help answer that question, let's think about what a paragraph is. According to one writing handbook, a paragraph is a group of sentences or a single sentence that forms a unit. Each paragraph should be dedicated to one central idea, one main point that advances the thesis of the whole paper. We can call this the paragraph's controlling idea. The best way to think about paragraph construction is from the perspective of a reader. You, as a writer, have to guide your reader through your ideas, making sure the reader doesn't lose track of where you are. At the paragraph level, this means that the first sentence of your paragraph needs to orient the reader. You can't just jump into your controlling idea, you have to pull your reader into it as well. People often call this a topic sentence, but it might be more effective to think about it as a mini orientation for your reader. After you've gotten your reader on board with your paragraph's controlling idea, you can begin to explore the content of your controlling idea, maybe explanations, supporting evidence, examples, etc. There are so many ways to organize the insides of a paragraph, but the most important thing to keep in mind is your reader. Each sentence needs to connect clearly to the previous sentence and to the following sentence, like a chain. You might wander around your controlling idea, exploring its various corners, but your reader needs to be able to follow your wandering. Start with familiar information, then move toward unfamiliar information. Think about your goals. Where do you want to direct the reader's attention? What is the purpose of this paragraph? How can I most effectively relate this information not only to the controlling idea of the paragraph, but also to my paper's thesis as a whole? Once you've presented your content, you need to leave your reader with a strong sense of what your paragraph was about. You can think about this as a concluding or summary sentence, but also think about what this sentence does for the reader. It gives them something to remember. No matter what you've said in the middle of your paragraph, your reader will take away from your paragraph whatever it is that you said in the final sentence. So what do you want your reader to take away? Finally, remember that transitions happen not only between paragraphs, but also within paragraphs. In order to guide your reader, you might need to add transition words or phrases between sentences to show how your ideas relate to each other. A good paragraph ends up looking not so much like a hamburger, but more like, for example, a keychain. First, you give your reader something to hang on to, something on which to hang the rest of the paragraph. Then you guide the reader through a chain of sentences showing how each idea links to the ideas around it. Finally, you could give your readers something to take away, something to remember, like how I'm going to remember the stormtrooper on this keychain way more readily than I'll remember what the ring and the chain looked like.
Now that we know the components of putting together a well-organized paragraph, let's look at a sample paragraph to examine how it looks put together. First, we have our orienting thought at the beginning. This structurally does not have to be just one sentence. If it takes two sentences to properly orient a reader in the direction you'll be going in a paragraph, then make it two sentences. The key point is to make sure the reader leaves with the orienting idea with a clear understanding of where the paragraph is going. Next is the new information. This is where you'll commonly have citations, since in traditional academic pieces, you will probably be citing outside work that you'll either be paraphrasing, summarizing, or quoting. In this section, you'll be providing explanations for any ideas that you cite. The important thing here is to make sure that you are linking your thoughts together using smooth transitional phrases and connecting ideas. Finally, you have the takeaway sentence, which is where you summarize what you have said. Remember that this is what your reader will remember, so make it concise and to the point.
Thank you so much for joining us to learn more about how to construct a well-organized academic paragraph. If you have more questions, check out the Bethel Writing Center in person or find more tips online at the Writing Center's website.